Welcome to Amazing Life One Channel Guides. Today you watching Diane Lane. American actress, lifestyle biography and beautiful photos. I hope you enjoy this video. Like, share, subscribe channel. Thank you for watching video. Your favorite actress, model, singer, celebrity biography, photos, images. If you want to see, please comment.
Starting.
Nickname Diane. Gender female. Age 58 years old in 2023. Date of birth January 22, 1965. Real name Diane Colleen Lane. Profession actress. Nationality American. Birthplace New York, United States. Zodiac sign Aquarius. Height, weight and physical stats. Body measurements 3'6", 2'8", 3'6" inches. Body type slim. Height 5 feet 7 inches, 1.7 meters. Weight 55 kilograms, 121 pounds. Waist 28 inches. Hair color dark brown. Eye color gray. Shoe size 8 US. Dress size 6 US. Diane Lane. Education. School. Hunter College High School. Diane Lane. Career. Profession. Actress. Debut. Film. A Little Romance 1979. TV shows. Great performances as Charity Royal 1981. Net worth. USD $35 million approximately. Family and relatives. Father. Burden Eugene Lane. Mother. Colleen Lee Farrington. Marital status. Married. Husband. Josh Brolin M. 2004-2013, Christopher Lambert M. 1988-1994. Children. 1. Daughter. Eleanor Lambert. Past relationships. Roger Wilson. John Taylor. Christopher Atkins. Timothy Hutton 1980-1984. Emilio Estevez 1982. John Bon Jovi. Richie Sambora 1985. Christopher Lambert 1984 and 1986-1994. Danny Cannon 1994-1995. Josh Brolin 2001-2013. Biography. Diane Colleen Lane, born January 22, 1965, is an American actress. Born and raised in New York City, Lane made her screen debut at age 14 in George Roy Hill's 1979 film A Little Romance. The two films that could have catapulted her to star status, Streets of Fire and The Cotton Club, were both commercial and critical failures, and her career languished as a result. After taking a break, Lane returned to acting to appear in The Big Town and Lady Beware, but did not make another big impression on a sizable audience until 1989's popular and critically acclaimed TV miniseries Lonesome Dove, for which she was nominated for an Emmy Award. It was not until 1999 that Lane earned further recognition for her role in A Walk on the Moon, and that was followed by her performance alongside George Clooney and Mark Wahlberg in the 2000 blockbuster The Perfect Storm. She was especially lauded and honored for the 2002 film Unfaithful, which earned her Satellite, New York Film Critics Circle, and National Society of Film Critics Awards for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama. Her performance in Unfaithful also garnered her Academy Award, Golden Globe, and Screen Actors Guild Award nominations for Best Actress. She was also highly acclaimed by critics for her performance in the immediately subsequent film Under the Tuscan Sun. For much of the rest of the decade, she alternately appeared as a lead actress in romantic films such as Must Love Dogs 2005 and Nights in Rodanthe 2008, and thrillers such as Fierce People 2005, Hollywoodland 2006, and Untraceable 2008. She has appeared in 4 films directed by Francis Ford Coppola: The Outsiders, Rumble Fish, The Cotton Club, and Jack. She has been in 1 film directed by his wife Eleanor Coppola, Paris Can Wait. She also played the recurring role of Martha Kent, the adoptive mother of Superman, in Man of Steel 2013, and appeared in subsequent films of the DC Extended Universe. Her most recent film is the 2020 neo-western Let Him Go. Early life. Lane was born January 22, 1965, in New York City. Her mother, Colleen Lee Farrington, was a nightclub singer and Playboy centerfold, Miss October 1957, who was also known as Colleen Price. Her father, Burden Eugene Lane, was a Manhattan drama coach who ran an acting workshop with John Cassavetes, worked as a cab driver, and later taught humanities at City College. When Lane was 13 days old, her parents separated. Lane's mother went to Mexico and obtained a divorce while retaining custody of Lane until she was 6 years old. Lane's father received custody of her after Lane's mother moved to the state of Georgia. Lane and her father lived in a number of residential hotels in New York City, and she rode with him in his taxi. When Lane was 15, she declared her independence from her father and flew to Los Angeles for a week with actor and friend Christopher Atkins, with whom she starred in the 1981 film Child Bride of Short Creek. Lane later remarked, "It was reckless behavior that comes from having too much independence too young." She returned to New York and moved in with a friend's family, paying them rent. In 1981, she enrolled in high school after taking correspondence courses. However, Lane's mother kidnapped her and took her back to Georgia. Lane and her father challenged her mother in court, and 6 weeks later, she was back in New York. Lane did not speak to her mother for the next 3 years, but they eventually reconciled. Career. Early work. From A Little Romance to A Walk on the Moon. Lane's grandmother, Eleanor Scott, was a Pentecostal preacher of the apostolic denomination, and Lane was influenced theatrically by the demonstrative quality of her grandmother's sermons. Lane began acting professionally at the age of 6 at the La Mama Experimental Theater Club in New York, where she appeared in a production of Medea. When Lane was 12 years old, she had a role in Joseph Papp's production of The Cherry Orchard with Meryl Streep and Irene Worth. At this time, Lane was enrolled in an accelerated program at Hunter College High School. However, her grades suffered from her busy schedule. When Lane was 13, she turned down a role in Runaways on Broadway to make her feature film debut opposite Laurence Olivier in A Little Romance. Lane won high praise from Olivier, who declared her the new Grace Kelly. At the same time, Lane was featured on the cover of Time, which declared her one of Hollywood's whiz kids. In the early 1980s, Lane made a successful transition from inexperienced actress to confirmed roles. She was cast as the young female outlaw Little Britches in the 1981 Lamont Johnson film, Cattle Annie and Little Britches, with Amanda Plummer in her own debut role as Cattle Annie. She played the role of Heather Breezy in Six Pack 1982 with Kenny Rogers. Lane starred as Corinne Burns, leader of a punk rock band in 1982's Ladies and Gentlemen, The Fabulous Stains, with Laura Dern and punk musicians Steve Jones and Paul Cook of the Sex Pistols, and Paul Simonon from The Clash. The film has become a cult classic. Lane's breakout performances came with back-to-back adaptations of novels by S.E. Hinton, adapted and directed by Francis Ford Coppola, The Outsiders and Rumble Fish, both in 1983. Both films also featured memorable performances from a number of young male actors who would go on to become leading men in the next decade, as well as members of the so-called Brat Pack, including Tom Cruise, Rob Lowe, Judd Nelson, C. Thomas Howell, Emilio Estevez, Patrick Swayze, Mickey Rourke, Nicolas Cage, and Matt Dillon. Lane's distinction among these heavily male casts advanced her career while affiliating her with young male actors. Andy Warhol proclaimed her the undisputed female lead of Hollywood's new Rat Pack. Lane with Robert Duvall at the 41st Emmy Awards, 1989. However, the two films that could have catapulted her to star status, Streets of Fire, she turned down Splash and Risky Business for this film, and The Cotton Club, were both commercial and critical failures, and her career languished as a result. After The Cotton Club, Lane dropped out of the movie business and lived with her mother in Georgia. According to the actress, "I hadn't been close to my mom for a long time, so we had a lot of homework to do. We had to repair our relationship because I wanted my mother back." Lane returned to acting to appear in The Big Town and Lady Beware, but Lane had not made another big impression on a sizable audience until 1989's popular and critically acclaimed TV miniseries Lonesome Dove, and was nominated for an Emmy Award for her role. She came very close to being cast as Vivian Ward in 1990's blockbuster hit Pretty Woman, which had a much darker script at the time, but due to scheduling conflicts, was unable to take the role. Apparently, costume fittings were made for Lane, before the role fell to Julia Roberts. She was given positive reviews for her performance in the independent film My New Gun, which was well received at the Cannes Film Festival. She went on to appear as actress Paulette Goddard in Sir Richard Attenborough's big-budget biopic of Charles Chaplin, 1992's Chaplin. Over the next 7 years Lane would star in 10 movies, including Jack and Judge Dredd. It wasn't until 1999 that Lane earned further recognition for her role in A Walk on the Moon. The film also stars Liev Schreiber, Viggo Mortensen, and Anna Paquin. One reviewer wrote, "Lane, after years in post-young career limbo, is meltingly effective." The film's director, Tony Goldwyn, described Lane as having this potentially volcanic sexuality that is in no way self-conscious or opportunistic. Lane earned an Independent Spirit Award nomination for Best Female Lead. At this time, she was interested in making a film about actress Jean Seberg in which she would play Seberg. Recent work, from Unfaithful to the present. In 2000, Lane had a supporting role as Mark Wahlberg's love interest in The Perfect Storm. In 2002, she starred in Unfaithful, a drama directed by Adrian Lyne and adapted from the French film The Unfaithful Wife. Lane played a housewife who indulges in an affair with a mysterious book dealer. The film featured several sex scenes, and Lane's repeated takes for these scenes were very demanding for the actors involved, especially for Lane, who had to be emotionally and physically fit for the duration. Unfaithful received mostly mixed reviews, though Lane earned widespread praise for her performance. Besides winning the Best Actress National Society of Film Critics Award and the New York Film Critics Circle Award, she also received Best Actress Academy Award and Golden Globe nominations. Entertainment Weekly critic Owen Gleiberman stated that Lane, in the most urgent performance of her career, is a revelation. The play of lust, romance, degradation, and guilt on her face is the movie's real story. Following Unfaithful, Lane starred in Under the Tuscan Sun, a film based on the best-selling book by Frances Mays for which Lane won a further Best Actress Golden Globe nomination. This was followed by lead roles in Fierce People, Must Love Dogs, and Hollywoodland. In 2008, Lane reunited with Richard Gere for the romantic drama Nights in Rodanthe. It is the third film Gere and Lane filmed together, and is based on the novel of the same title by Nicholas Sparks. Lane also co-starred in Jumper and Untraceable in the same year. She then appeared in Killshot with Mickey Rourke, which was given a limited theatrical release before being released on DVD in 2009. While promoting Nights in Rodanthe, she expressed frustration with being typecast and stated that she was gunning for something that's not so sympathetic. "I need to be a bitch, and I need to be in a comedy. I've decided, no more Miss Nice Guy." Lane had even contemplated quitting acting and spending more time with her family if she is unable to get these kinds of roles. She said in an interview, "I can't do anything official. My agents won't let me. Between you and me, I don't have anything else coming out." Despite her concerns with being typecast, Lane